Dear gods, dear friends, and dear masters, I am Girija Rajan. I have come here to talk about my spiritual journey throughout and up to now. And also, I hope a few of you will be inspired or will be helped by, by my experiences. I hope so. So it was in the year 1998, as Anandi has rightly pointed out, in the city of Mysore, that I happened to meet Brahmarshi Patriji on the 5th of July. So first my husband was a little reluctant to attend such meetings because he has been in the search for a guru and has been going from ashram to ashram, and he could not be satisfied. His thirst and his quest was not fulfilled. So he refused to come over, and he said, "I'm doing good to the entire. I mean, to whoever I meet, I'm good. I'm honest. I am straightforward. So that will take me along. I don't want to go to any guru and just get blessings and come back and become the same person. There is no improvement in me. So I have now I've even given up the search. I think let me see what happens. Like to come like that, he told. Then I convinced him that as a last resort, as a last program, please attend this. Then he also agreed, and we went along with our second daughter. We attended the program. It was really amazing. The program was fantastic. It was. So we were really immensely pleased, and to hear the great words of this great walking Buddha, Brahmarshi Patriji. So it was a wonderful session. Before we go into that first session, I would like to tell you something about my earlier days, that means that my younger days, my life as such. I was born in Coimbatore, a city in Tamil Nadu, India, and I was brought up there. And as the days were passing on, of course, 6, 7 years, I don't remember all those years, but I think at the age of 7, uh, I had a beautiful vision of so many gods. Those days we'd never had any TV, so recreation was limited. So we had to go out and seek, and our parents would take us only to the temples where the pravachana and the storytelling of great epics and all that will take place. So I attended some of them, and when the speaker tells about the great Mahan who tells about the gods and goddesses, I used to close my eyes without my knowledge, and I used to see all those gods and play with them. Gods and goddesses, I used to play with them. So Rama, Krishna means I used to play with them. They used to be young people and of my age, and I used to play with all the time. I used to play with them. So I never felt the need for doing any puja, any requesting them for any of my to fulfill my desires. I never had that urge at all. I never had that feeling to do such things. But at home, it was a puja-oriented family with lot of bhajans. Every day there will be bhajans at home, so that the household will be at peace. That was only thing that they knew. They never knew about dhyana. So it was going on like that. For me, and the other side, I used to have a lot of fun with all these masters. As I close my eyes, a small elephant used to come. It used to turn into Ganesha. Like that, it was going on very nicely. So I enjoyed all that, and it was going on. At the age of, I think, about 8 and 9, I had a beautiful dream. Like even today, I remember the dream very well, very clearly, crystal clear. I can remember that dream. It's a beautiful dream. I was playing with all the celestial bodies, like the sun, the moon, and the stars. They used to roll down. I felt as if I have become so huge that they have become small balls. Can imagine that how huge I should have become. I became so huge, and I was playing with them. I used to roll them down, and they used to come back. Like that, I was playing. So such a beautiful color and hue I have never seen anywhere. That had a very, very great impact for me. Always used to remember the dream. So beautiful it was. I was alone. I was playing with all these celestial beings, masters I can call them. The sun master, the moon master, the stars masters. So I was playing with all of them. They used to be like balls. And like, and you should see the color and the radiance that was given out by them. It was all so wonderful. But the next day itself, I developed a very high temperature. I didn't know why it was. So this in that was difficult period I had to go through, and 1 or 2 days. But at the same time, we had a nice companion, like one fat fellow used to come and a lean fellow, Laurel and Hardy like type. They used to come and do a lot of fun for me, some humor and all. So I used to laugh whenever I closed my eyes. I used to laugh with them, and it was easy for me to go through that 2 days high temperature period. Then after that, it came to normal, and still I remember the dream so very well. Then later, when I came to meditation, I told one of our pyramid masters about my dream that I've had when I was only at 8, 9 years. Then that I developed a very high temperature, and I asked the reason for it. Then they told me that you have absorbed so much of energy, and because of that energy you are with the celestial beings, so cosmic energy would have flown into your body, too much of it. You couldn't bear it. So some of the things that were there, they have stimulated and activated your system. So all those unwanted things were burnt out because of the high temperature. They told me like that. I was so satisfied. Then slowly my life was growing. I mean, I became an adult, and then I got married. After that, somehow the vision stopped. That for 10 years in the married life, all that vision stopped. But to my surprise, again, the same small elephant in the form of Ganesha Ganesha in the form of an elephant, baby elephant, came back again during my delivery, the pregnancy and delivery. So I was wonderstruck. See, whenever I used to close my eyes when I was admitted for delivery in the hospital, I used to close my eyes and the elephant used to come. It used to do so much for me, make me laugh, and also I never used to feel the pain at all. It looked as if the elephant is trying to take away my pain. So that pain was not at all there. I really underwent very limited little pain. That's all, not much. So, and the delivery was normal, it was easy. Children, both the children were like that, born like that. So it was a very great blessing for me, I was thinking. Because, people used to undergo such a lot of pain, 2, 3 days and all that. A few hours only, that too, I never had that, I realized that much. I didn't undergo the pain that much because the baby elephant used to take away all that. So that was going on. But if I tell anybody, nobody will be ready to even understand or even accept it, because it's a rare thing. It cannot happen like that. For me also, it was very unusual because I have never heard of such things earlier at all. So that also was a surprise for me. But I used to think that something is different. So something must be waiting for me in my life. I used to think like that. Exactly, some about 16, 17 years back, before itself, I knew that I would go to Mysore, and there some treasure is waiting for me in my life. The thought used to come to me off and on. I used to wonder why this thought is coming to me. What is going to happen in Mysore? I have not gone to Mysore that much. I never used to have that feeling at all. It was a very, very great experience for me, because life flows, but we do not know what is going to be, what is in store for us in future. But this thought used to come to me. So I never thought in my life that I would go to Mysore. So first of all, I had a chance to go to, in the course of our work, we had a chance to go to Mysore, and I had to travel 30 kilometers up and 30 kilometers down from my place of work. I was working for Canara Bank, so I had to travel. So I never had the intention to give up my job at that time. So I had to, nothing could be done. I had to travel. So when I was traveling, I didn't like to talk to anybody because I was also new to Kannada. So that language was not very this thing for me. I was not familiar that much. So During the journey, I used to read a book written by Yogananda Paramhansa, an autobiography of a yogi. That was given to us by a great friend and an astrologer who saw my horoscope. He told me that you have many astral travels. I was wondering, I don't know, but even the regular travel, what is astral travel? I didn't know what it was at all. But he told me like that. Then I thought, okay, whatever it is, let us see what travel it is. Then I thought it is special travel that we'll take the pilgrimage and all that. I was thinking like that. I never knew. I didn't have the guts to ask him also because he will think, oh, even this you do not know. So to just to cover my ignorance, I didn't ask anything. But when we were about to go, he gave me this book. He told me, you read it, it will help you. So I was reading that. So up and down, and it was such an amazing book that I never felt like keeping it down, closing it down at all. So I used to, from the start to the end of the journey, I used to read this book. In that book, it is given that if you think of Mahathir Babaji, even for a split second, you will be the recipient of his spiritual blessings instantaneously. So I was really amazed by the statement because such a great master has written, and definitely it must be true. So I wanted to experiment. So now I have to think of Mahatma Babaji. That was a very great task for me. Now I can, if I sit in meditation, he comes to me. But those days, I couldn't even retain him in my mind for a split second. It was so difficult. So again, I had to open the book and see his photograph, and again, I have to think of him, and then I somehow managed to think of him for a second. As I thought, the photo went away, his form went away from the mind. Still, I just started talking to him. I told him I have got many questions. That is, why is this whole creation? What is the purpose? Why am I here on this earth? Why people who do good also get bad things? They have to experience bad things. Those who do evil, they ultimately live a very grand life here, a happy life. It looks like that. So, what is all these things? And I see people coming and depositing huge amounts in the bank and putting in deposits. And finally, 2, 3 days later, we'll hear the news that that man has gone away. So, what is all this happening? Really, I have to know. I want to know all these things. What is this life? Why are we so much behind money? Why should we run like this? Really, there must be some purpose for the whole creation. Please let me know. Let me know. Please send me a true teacher. Please show me the true path so that I can follow and I can understand. Many of us have these questions in our heart. We will be able to, we have to get the answer only through spirituality that I came to know later. So I was asking these questions to him and asked him to please send a great teacher, a true teacher, and a true path should be shown to me. If he, and also I had promised him, if he ever showed me the right path, the true path, then I will definitely, which he will, I knew that he will show me. And if he had ever shown me that, and if it has done a lot of good to me, definitely I will tell my friends and my relatives, and the path will be shown to everyone. I told him like that. Without his asking, I myself offered because we have to take it to others also. Because I know that many people, the entire humanity is struggling because because the whole life is like a mystery. They do not know what will happen the next moment. They are in fear. They are really in what to say, a very confused state of mind. So we have to clarify all that. We have to know the truth. So I told him like that. Then I forgot about it. It went into the back of my mind. Then I started working with that. Then suddenly, after a month or so, a lady called Vijaya joined our branch. She started talking in Tamil. Then that Tamil language, in the center of heart of Kannada speaking area, one Tamil word comes means that definitely will be attracted. No? So I went straight to her and asked her, how do you know Tamil? And she told, I am from Salem. I am very close. I am from Coimbatore. So both of us became so close friends within 2 or 3 days. And she also was carrying a very great spiritual book. In my hand also this book was there. So both of us exchanged our ideas and things like that. We spent our lunch time together, and it was a great going. Then suddenly, after a week or so, she told me that there is a great master who is going to come over to Mysore again in July. He came already in May, but he's going to come again. His name is Patriji. He will come here, and we'll have a program in the Jagannath Palace Auditorium in Mysore. So please attend. 5th July happens to be a Sunday. Whole day program is there, 10 to 5. Food will be given to you free of cost. Everything is free of cost. Please come and attend. And she also said, I feel you will be the great, perfect candidate for his teachings. She told me like that. He told, okay, let me try. I will tell at home and I will try. But Rajan wouldn't budge. He wouldn't come over. But somehow, as days went by, I brought the invitation, showed him, and he was convinced, and he also agreed to come. Three of us went and sat in the hall and third row, and I remember even that seat now because it was a very, very great impact it had given that I remember every bit of it. So we went there and we were given handouts for reading about Buddha's teachings and how to do meditation, all those things. So we read through that. After that, so many speakers started speaking. So when they started speaking, I developed a very severe headache. Throughout, before that, that day, before that itself, I used to have a lot of headaches, and I have to consume a tablet in order to get rid of that pain. So some painkiller. So some of our relatives who were working as medical reps, they used to bring tablets for me. Everyone knew in the family that I had. I used to develop a very severe migraine sort of headache. So it was the scenario before. Then this also, I developed such a severe headache, as if the head here in the center is going to break. It was like that. And I couldn't tell Rajan sir because he was reluctant to come. You have created the whole thing for yourself. You will again, I'll have to get scoldings from him. I thought the fear of that, I thought I will not tell anything. I will bear it myself. So I was bearing all this pain, and all the speakers finished their speech, and finally Patriji came and sat on the table. Instead of sitting on the chair, he jumped on the table and sat. That one act was very, very nice, and it became so close. Suddenly, the whole thing changed from formal to informal, and we all came so close to the master, that is Patriji. So, on the look of him itself, I thought this man has got such a huge radiance, such a great Mahan. He appears to be so. Let us hear. I was so thrilled. But the headache was there. But in spite of that, this was very good. Then he started to sing a song, Entro Mahanubavalu, the very, very great song sung by the great Tyagaraja of those days. A very, very great master, Saint Tyagaraja was, and a spiritual master as that. So we were thrilled to hear that song, very dear to our heart. And then Patriji started talking. The speech, every word was very perfect, very clear. It was all wonderful, but at the same time, this headache is there at the back of my this thing, mind, and it was also there side by side, it was increasing. And finally, he asked us to close our eyes, clasp our hands, and sit in meditation. So when we sat in meditation, when I closed my eyes, the headache doubled, and I could not bear it. But then somehow I managed to sit with my eyes closed. Then comes the great, fantastic, melodious flute music. It comes and it touches my, as if it is touching my head. Like that, within seconds, the whole head it has traveled, and the headache is gone. In split second, the headache is gone. I was in for a real great, pleasant surprise, a shock indeed, because I never had that experience of getting rid of my headache without any tablets. So first time with music, such a thing has happened. So I wanted to open my eyes and see whether anybody's playing or they have put on that CD or cassette or whatever. So I wanted to open my eyes. When I thought of opening the eyes, Patriji is telling in the mic, please don't open your eyes. Then I had to obey the great master. I kept my eyes closed. After that, the headache is gone, and now beautiful things started happening. There is a lot of flowers, beautiful colors. I've never seen such colors. It came from here, from my stomach region, from below, and it came and bloomed here in between my eyebrows. Beautiful colors. They bloom. One flower will bloom and go away. Another flower will come. Like that, it was going very, very fast. Only few seconds would have taken, I think. I just lost count of time. When I went into that stage, the meditative stage, the mind was not there, no thoughts were there, but I went deeply into it. I lost the idea of space, time, and situation. All that I lost. I never knew anything. I was just into it. I was enjoying these colors. Then after that, about 300 faces came one by one, one by one, one by one. I think no, about 300. I don't know. I couldn't count it all. It was going in such a speed that I had to only watch. I had no control over it. I could not do anything about it. I cannot stop it. I cannot expand it. I cannot do anything about it. I just have to watch it. The 300 faces went one by one. Youngster, oldie, and different nationalities, male, female, and the transgender, all those things. About 10 transgenders also I would have seen. Like that, it was going on and on and on. Because one step, what is it all going on? That also never came because the mind is not at all working. I just went through all these things. Then after that, this scene was over. Then I went straight. I was standing in front of the Himalayas. Such a beautiful, fantastic scenery. Really, my heart melted away on the sight of the Himalayas. Then I had the aerial view, and from there I could see the golden side of the Himalayas. It was golden, and another side it was silvery. Such a grandeur, you know. It was fantastic for me. I think I don't know how much time I spent there. It was throughout so very. I was alone, and I was enjoying the whole beauty so much. Then finally, when I heard Patriji's voice, keep your hands on your eyes and you must slowly open your eyes. Then I opened my eyes. Then suddenly I came to the understanding that I'm sitting in the hall and doing meditation. I never knew that in between. And I remembered all these things. But still, I was had not fully come out of my meditative state. I was still in that state only. I was enjoying it. And after some time, Patriji started coming out, and he climbed down the dais and he went to every person there in the hall. There were about 600 people. I think he would have met every person there. He went to all these people, and he was coming towards our side. I was a little hesitant to go in front of him and talk and all. Oh, that master is coming, that Mahan is coming towards us. What to do now? So I didn't know what to do. But anyway, he came near. He asked Rajan, what is this, sir? How was it? How was the program? He asked. Then Rajan sir said, it is all wonderful, sir. It is fantastic. So I never knew that I could remain without any thoughts for such a long time. My only regret is that I did not take it on. I didn't learn it at a young age. I have, I have almost completed 50 years now, only I have got it. So that is the only regret, he told. Then Patriji told, every regret is a fresh blender. Please don't regret. You have got the right thing at the right time. So be happy with it, he told. Yes, Patriji, your words are fantastic. Yeah, I remember that, he said. Then he asked my daughter. She said she traveled very fast through a tunnel, and at the end of the tunnel, she saw the Buddha. Then after that, he came to me, Madam, he asked first question, he said, what did you see? After that only I realized that the time nothing went inside me. I was still in the meditative state. So such a question he asked, and I'm also replying, I saw the Himalayas. Then he asked me to come over to the dais and tell about my experience. And somehow I gathered so much courage to go on the stage, hold the mic. I didn't know how to even hold the mic, and I told a little about myself, and then I told about my experience. He was constantly looking very deep, very what to say, deeply into uh, my eyes, and he was talking like that. I didn't know. I think he was trying to read my aura. Later on, I came to know that he is very, very well versed at reading the auras of others to find out from what background they have come, where the Atma stands, and whether there is any scope of soul upliftment is there or not. That and all he will measure, because great masters, later on I came to know that great masters will never waste their time for people who cannot come up, because they may have some karma balance. They have to finish off all this karmic cycle balance and all those things, all those effects of karma, and then only they can come into this. So they are very patient. They don't despise anybody. Those who do not come to meditation are not despised by the great masters. They only wait for them. They have immense patience. So now they will not waste their time. So great masters will look like that and then find out where the Atma is, whether his words or this meditation will help them or not. They will find out very easily. So that's why Patriji also sends some people away by his words and all. They will try to correct them, but if the words do not help them, they will never come back to him. So because still there is some more karmic balance that has to be for karmic effects that has to be lived by those people, and then only get back to come to the yoga mark, that is the yoga path. So that later I understood. At that time, on that day, very first day, I was in bliss. So I went back home. I told my family members, that my daughter and my husband, that definitely he is our guru. So whatever he says will be Veda for us. That will be Bhagavad Gita for us. We should adopt, I mean, and just obey his words and follow him. That is what I feel. I feel like that. This meditation is fantastic. Let us all continue every day. That promise I took from them. And next day onwards, we started. So on that day, as Anandi has rightly pointed out, he told three things. That is three great paths, three do's and three don'ts to get to the highway of spirituality. So all the three do's are meditation, Swadhyaya, and Sajjana Sangatya. Swadhyaya means reading right books, and Sajjana Sangatya, hearing others' experiences. This is very important for your soul upliftment, he told. And three don'ts, that also he told, taking to non-vegetarian food, then doing puja, then going to doctors and taking medicines. These things should be avoided as much as possible. You should non-veg outright you should avoid immediately, and puja also is not necessary at all, because you yourself are gods. So those words came from such a great master. So definitely that must be true. So why should you go for, no God is outside of you. You are yourself God. So you have to do puja only for yourself. So that was really very great, because I never used to do puja in my childhood, in spite of the elders scolding me not doing puja. Uh, but I was convinced. I realized that puja will not take you very far. So only meditation. For some people, for them, for their satisfaction, their inner this things, what to say, fulfillment, they used to do puja because the elders have done. Because of that, they will do. But our understanding should be greater and greater every day as it goes by. No? So that won't help you, but inner journey that will only help you. So that I realized very early itself. Then, so there was no need for me for puja. When he said no puja, I was very, very thrilled. Then he said no medicines, no doctors. That was really a question mark for me. It took me a while to really understand that. But because I was thinking so many doctors, so many medical shops, what will happen to all that if suddenly nobody goes to them? So I was thinking in those terms. I was worried for them more than myself. But I took a vow that I will not, I will try as much as possible not to take any tablets out because this music has healed my headache. So where is the need for taking any tablets? And all the tablets, all those chemicals definitely have side effects. So I was also simultaneously suffering from so many other side effects like indigestion, all those problems. All those things will come because these chemicals, no, they undoubtedly react and definitely our health is going to get deteriorated only. I was keeping on having this bouts of headaches off and down. So I was dependent on tablets and medicines. First thing I decided, no, I will not depend on that medicines. So that vow I took, and of course it took a while for me to completely understand that. Of course, vegetarianism, non-vegetarian, we should not be non-vegetarians. That is there because from birth we are vegetarians, and puja also I never did any serious puja. I used to only play with all the gods. So there was no need for me. I realized it very early. And after that, slowly we remembered all his words. We used to discuss all those things that he told us at home. And like that it was going on, and we started off meditation. And within, I think, a few days only, early in the morning at about 4 a.m., some master touched me and somebody touched me and asked me to wake up and get up. It is time for meditation. These words I could hear very well. I was startled. I got up and I saw all the others are sleeping. They were there in deep sleep. So who could have done like that? I didn't know. But my sleep was over. I could not sleep anymore. So I slowly got up, not disturbing others. I came out and I took a wash and all. And after that, I had a cup of coffee. Then I sat for meditation. 1 hour meditation was fantastic. I wanted to know who had really woken me up. So the master came and told it was myself. I had come here to help you. So you should start meditating regularly at this time. So you see the difference. He told me that. It was in the voice of Patriji. Then I asked, "Are you Patriji?" Then the master said, "No, I'm not Patriji. I'm only using the voice of Patriji." So all the other masters were there. After that, they started talking to me. They used Patriji's voice only because that is familiar to me. Once even Lord Krishna had talked to me, and I asked him, oh, "You are talking in Patriji's voice. Who are you, great master?" And he said, "I am Krishna speaking to you." And I said, "I'm so happy to hear your voice. Why don't you use your original voice?" Then he said, "Don't be stupid. Your eardrums will break if I start talking in the original voice." He said like that. Then only I realized so many things are there which we do not know. So much is there that mankind cannot really understand in one janma. That is why so many births have been given to us to learn them slowly and steadily. But we do not think that we have come for that because we forget our purpose. Most of us forget our purpose of our life. So we just wander here and there, making some money, begetting children, and all those things are life. We think like that. But real life is really to understand, to go deep into spirituality and find out what is this creation, why it has all been made. So much is there to learn. Even I am a physics graduate, so I have learned in my study that electromagnetic spectrum, there only 10% is visible to the physical eyes. All the other spectrum, the whole 90% is invisible, like the gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet. All those things are hidden from you, so you don't have any ability to see them. So one ray of light, if it is divided, if it is under the spectrometer, if you divide that, then you will see the visible region is very, very small. So then itself I used to wonder what is this creation? So much is there hidden from us. The air that we breathe is hidden from us. Nobody has seen it with the physical eyes. All these things used to create such wonder for me in my mind. Yeah, I used to really become amazed, really. I used to think these are all amazing things that we should probe into. That is why we are here. From the small seed, how it germinates, that itself is a wonder. It seems in a book I have read that a small seed has to hear the sound of some birds. So at that time, the sound energy will make the external covering no, to break. The sound energy will break. Then only the shoot comes out. So such wonderful things are there in one-to-one connected. See the birds, this thing chirping. That sound will come and hit this seed, and underneath the earth, that seed will germinate. See, it waits for that birds chirping. So one is one connected. How beautifully the whole of the creation is connected. So we are all connected to one each other, but we don't realize that. So it is impossible to cause any harm to others without harming ourselves. That is a fundamental truth that everyone has to understand. So I've learned all these things on in the course of my life, and so many miracles have happened in our life. We have never strained hard for getting our daughters married at all. What happened? Another incident I will tell you. Then what happened? After 10 days, I found my health to be very good, and as if I have regained all that health that I had before. And I worked like I started working like a teenager. So I was wonderstruck how it is possible. Then I myself knew that I'm doing meditation regularly because of that I'm accessing so much of cosmic energy, and because of that I'm able to work. That much I knew. That truth I could understand. Then after that, the bouts of headaches they reduced in number. So even if they come, I used to wear that and then do meditation. So half an hour of meditation, I used to get rid of severe headaches and all. So like that, it reduced. And the health really improved, and I can think first for the first time. Then I stopped taking tablets. Then Patriji started coming to Mysore every alternate month from July onwards. July, August, September again he came. First week of September, we had beautiful classes in and the Turkey, the trekking also in that place called Anjali Ashram near the Chamundi Hills. So it was very beautiful. We all gathered there. A night-long meditation, Paurnami meditation was there. And it was all very fantastic. We had a nice trekking at the at midnight. You know, it was very beautiful. We sat at one place, all of us, about 150 of us. We sat down, and then Patriji sat on a rock and he played the flute. It was so very beautiful because the whole area was very silent. Only the flute music could be heard, and with the beautiful moon on over our heads shining very brilliantly. It was fantastic ambience there. And I remember every day how we spent whenever Patriji comes over there to the to Mysore. And like that, we could meet him every alternate month, and it was very great going. Within 1 year, he came like that 6 times, and showered all his wisdom on us, showed us the path, the way. Then slowly, I was improving, as I told you. Then when one of his visits, I asked him, how is it possible, Patriji? So many medical colleges are there, so many doctors are there, so many medical shops are there. How it is possible for us to get rid of all these things? Is it possible? I asked him, but don't worry about the humanity, only worry about yourself. Okay, now if you get after I leave from this place, if you get a fever and you don't go to doctor, don't take any medicines, just sit in meditation and then try to get rid of that. Then I told her, you just have to find out the truth in my words. That's what he told. You have to experiment. It is now your turn to experiment that and then try to find the truth in my words. Will you do it? He asked me. Yes, Patriji, I will definitely do it. Exactly after he went, a week passed, and then I developed a temperature. It was going 101, near about 102 like that. Husband was really upset and he was worried. So if I lie down, the whole household will lie down. So he told, no, cannot happen like this. We will go. Swamijis will say like that, but it is not possible in practical life. You come with me, I'll take you to a doctor. I said, no, please, I won't come. This time I have to experiment and find out the truth. And there is some truth in whatever he says. That's what I feel. So I have to experiment. So I will never go to a doctor. No, this time, please excuse me. So second day passed. And then it was very difficult. 1.5 days was very difficult for them because they had to do everything by themselves. And then third day also it was going on. And by the evening, when we sat in meditation at about 5 o'clock, the voice I heard was, "Today by 7 o'clock, 7 p.m., all your fever will be gone. We'll be back to normal." So I was thrilled by this. So in meditation, which went from 5 to 6 p.m., then exactly at the stroke of 7, the whole I started perspiring. Whole thing went away. I got back to normal. 7:01, I was back to normal as before. It never has happened in my life like that. If ever I develop a temperature, then after taking so many tablets and all, the mouth would become sour, will lose the taste, and the whole body will be very, tired and not at all able to do anything, not interested in anything. All those things were the scenario before. But now, after meditation, suddenly, really, I tell you, within 5 minutes after 7, I was back to normal. I started working. Well, the whole thing was there. I didn't lose my taste. All those things I got back. I was wonderstruck how it is possible, really, that with meditation you can come over, come out of all these things. That too very fast and back to normal also. It'll take a week for me to get to normal. At least 2, 3 days, definitely. So every time I got a fever and all. But now this time, first time I'm realizing that I'm back to normal really. So I was so happy immediately. The time is very short for me to get back to normal. So I told my husband that this is the way. See, everything is there within us. So if we do meditation and access so much of cosmic energy, we definitely come out of this medicines, unwanted chemicals getting into our body. So it is not at all difficult for any of us. So for the past 20 years, I can say at least 21 years, I've been without any tablets, no medicine, no doctor. That is the words of Patriji. That has become the terms in my life. So it is absolutely, I am free of all that. I have got mukti or liberation. My first liberation is liberation from tablets, chemicals. So that is the first really mukti I can say. I have realized it truly in my life. So even today, I don't go to any doctor, no tests also. I'm quite healthy. You may even check with Sri Karthikeyanji how active I was during the stay. Yeah, I'm like that. So it is not at all an issue for me. So greater things can be achieved. If I can do that, the entire humanity can test it and do that. That's what I feel. All people should meditate and take the energy because this energy, this cosmic energy, only has created the entire cosmos. So can it not take care of this small body that is there? It is possible. So that we do not know all these years, but now I have understood that. So after that, some books also where I was given for reading by Mr. Rajan. Rajan used to read many books. So and he also found out the truth in all my experiences. I have had every day I used to have some third day experience or the other. Beautiful experience. Some master will come and talk to me. Then I started hearing so much from them. And first person whom I met in meditation was my mother, who had passed away in the year 1994, and she came to me in my meditation. She is such a beautiful human being. She was, and when she was here on this earth, even now she is such a great master. I have seen her, and it was a cat that showed me my mother standing there, waiting for me to see her. Oh, cat was there. I was talking to the cat. The cat wouldn't look at me at all. It was only staring somewhere else. I was wondering, what is this you are doing like this? Where are you looking? I am looking at you and talking, but whereas you are not looking at me. What happened today? Every day I used to have conversation. And the cat used to respond so very well. By through the eyes itself, it used to respond. So it was the habit like that was going on. And then suddenly I saw this cat is staring somewhere else. I thought something is there. I must sit in meditation. Then and there I sat in meditation. Then I found my mother. The moment I closed my eyes, I saw my mother standing there. I was thrilled to see her. Ah, mother, how are you? How is everything? Yes, I am no more your mother, but I am a spiritual being. I'm so happy that you have chosen this path. You continue this. You teach everyone, your near, dear ones. You keep on teaching them. And this is the way. I'm so, so happy for you that you have taken it up, you have understood it, and you're going great in that. Uh, Just to express my feelings, I came here. I've been seeing, so you have to teach. Now the time has come for you to teach. That's what she told me. I was so, so happy. And after that, I came out. I told Patriji, every time I used to have this one nice experience, he used to telephone from somewhere. 1,000 times at least it has happened like that. Because those days we never had the cell phone. Only through telephone we have to contact. Somebody, he will send his number. He'll be in some place like Baroda. I am in this thing, Mysore. So he will be in Baroda. From there, from that hotel room or somebody else's house, he will make a call or he will send words that this number. I ask Rajan sir to contact this number. Then immediately we'll contact and we'll ask, what is your experience? Every time it has happened like that. Really, really thrilled by it, really. Then slowly everything was going on very well. In 98, we happened to visit the great pyramid at Karnool. That was the very first pyramid built by Patriji, by PSSM. It is a fantastic, very energetic pyramid, a healing pyramid too. So we went there and I had a great experience. I saw Patriji getting into an aircraft and coming out of an aircraft. Like that, I saw him. So here afterwards, Patriji, your travel will be only air travel. Then, then at that time, there was no money to go to another place. He used to travel by bus and trains and all at that time. So everyone around laughed at me almost, I can say. I was also not convinced. What is this I'm telling? But I have seen this. This is the truth I have seen. But I don't know. But to say this is what I have seen. Whether it is what is it, I do not know. Then he said, you have seen the future. So it is all going to happen, he said. When he said, I was convinced. Then after that, we had really beautiful experience. I saw the great Jesus Christ, and so when standing over a very, very huge rock, I was standing there, and really fantastic experiences these are. And then really now today you see Patriji always travels by air only because he cannot afford to lose time going by train or bus and all. His time is very precious because we all want. So many people have come forward because he is a man who never touches money for the past 40, 45 years, I think, never touched money. So people have come forward to offer him the best of facilities so that his time will not be wasted and we will get more benefited, the humanity will get benefited by his wisdom. So for that, people have come forward. Thanks to all those great masters for helping travel like this. And really, then it was all fantastic going. And slowly, slowly, I developed a real great consciousness. I think in the office, what happened? One of my colleagues told me that I was looking the same as I came to the office 10 o'clock. Same way I'm going out at 5 o'clock. So fresh. So what is the secret? Suddenly I'm seeing some change in him. I was wonderstruck. How does he know? Then I told him only thing I have included in my life is meditation. Then he asked, why don't you teach us? Then I started teaching them. Without anybody's listening, the same month, in the month of July itself, I started teaching meditation to other people during lunchtime in my office. And they also said it is fantastic. They're still doing meditation. They're great masters. So my life started like that, teaching and learning side by side. And then, of course, books also, some books helped me. And I actually studied a book called Linda Goodman's Star Science. A very, very fantastic book. I gained so much knowledge because of that. And Osho's some books also I have read. And Paramahamsa Yogananda's, of course, that book is a very fantastic. Again, I read it once again. A fantastic book I can recommend to people. And then what happened? I was traveling like this for 2 years, 90. to 2000, I was traveling with meditation. Now I got meditation after my joining the branch, which is far away. Then I wanted to take a transfer. Then I didn't ask, I don't ask anything in my meditation. So I simply sit. Whatever has to come to me will come to me. That is my confidence. So I was sitting like that. One day I heard a voice telling me, some master told me that you will get your transfer into Mysore by 30th of this of April. The date also he told me. I was wonderstruck. 30th of April, that date also is been declared by him. I thought, how is it going to be possible? Because there are only some 81, not 81, some 18 branches in the city of Mysore, and there are about 100 people waiting. Those who have traveled more than me, 3 years, 4 years, they all are traveling. Then how is it possible for me to get a transfer? It is impossible for me. So I don't think it is possible. Anyway, the master has told me, let us wait and see. So as the year 2000 was approaching, I was also waiting for this. And suddenly Rajan sir had got a transfer to Tamil Nadu E-Road. That is also another miracle. Where he was actually transferred to Mumbai, but through my third eye, I could get a message that he should go immediately to Mumbai to meet some people so that he will get a change in his transfer. So suddenly he also got a transfer to the place of his choice, that is a place near Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu. That is another miracle that happened. Then in the meantime, my transfer also was going on like this, and I didn't know, I didn't have a clue. It was in the year 2000 March when we wanted to go and help our elder daughter who was in the medical college here in Bangalore. So Mysore to Bangalore, we traveled and we dropped her in the college, came to our regional office, our staff section, and when we went there to meet the DGM, he said it is not possible. 90% you are not getting your transfer. Then by the time I had improved in my meditation, I had gained so much of self-confidence and boldness, courage and all that. I went to him, I told him, sir, still the 10% is remaining. I think that 10% is enough for me. I will get a transfer. That's what I feel like that. I told him plainly like that. He said, point blank, it is not possible. I said, it is possible, sir, because still 10% is there. I told him. Then we came out. Then as we were about to get into the car, the sub-staff who was working with me in Mysore, who was transferred later, he came running to me and he said, Madam, you are getting a transfer for certain. And I told her, how is it? How do you know? No, the DGM has asked for your file. That means you are getting a transfer. Otherwise, they won't ask for a file. I know it for certain. So we are going to come back. So we are going to come into one of the branches in Mysore. It shocked me really because here at home, Rajan sir used to just look at me with a question mark only. What happened that master had told you in meditation that you will get a transfer? Now this fellow is telling like this. I was so very surprised. Then exactly on the date that it was announced, 30th April, I got my transfer. That too, without any permission from branch manager, automatic relief. That was also written there. That surprised me a lot because this managers what they will do because of the work pressure, we can't relieve her now. We can't relieve like that. They postpone. 1 year will go away, and after that, the transfer will be forgotten. These things have happened many times. But this order, it is given my transfer order 30th April dated that automatically she will be relieved on 3rd of May. That is what was written. I was so very surprised. What the great masters, what is this happening? Then the one master came and told me that I didn't see him, but I could hear his voice. The ASCII masters are planned like this so that you can be near your house and you can do a lot of spiritual service because you already started teaching people meditation. So now we hope you will continue like this. We have facilitated all these things only to help you out. I was very thankful. Then I joined this new branch. Everyone was surprised because out of turn I was given this. I didn't have any special qualities also. Still I was given like that. All these things happened so very greatly, nicely. Went on like that. Really, really, very, very thankful to all the masters, because they, once you start doing spiritual service to the entire humanity, your own personal life, all those things will be settled very beautifully. They will take care, because they have got the capacity to do that, whereas they don't have a body to teach, go and teach people. So physical body is important in that sense, that we have to go and reach people, attach them, and tell them. So that is, yeah, seek ye the kingdom of God, all and His righteousness first, and all else will be added unto you. That is what Jesus Christ has told. Once you start seeking the kingdom of God and the righteousness that is present there, then and follow that in your life, definitely all others will be added. Like that, only one by one was added to me, and they really helped me a lot. Of course, I didn't stay in that branch for more than a year. I think, yeah, 1 year I stayed, because soon after the bank announced we voluntary retirement scheme. I asked Patriji, what should I do? Patriji told, one chapter of your life is over, madam. So you have to go to the next chapter. Now it is for you, it is teaching. So he also encouraged me to teach others. So at home itself, we started a small kendra like place. Evenings after my work is over, I used to come home, and then people used to come and we all used to meditate together. So many people have got a real beautiful advantage and benefits out of meditation in the day-to-day life. No? They have to get relief from the day-to-day nitty-gritties. Then only they can advance in spiritual path. There is a whole truth about it. So they were all improving health-wise. So I was so happy. Soon after, of course, I had taken my VRS. So after that, we went to Erode. Erode, I started full-fledged. We were the only three at home with me. First, to start with, we were only three at home. We used to intend to the cosmos, to the great prapancham, that we should be able to do such service. People should come here and get advantage of this meditation. So we'll start it. And also we wanted, in Erode, it's such a place that almost all 99% are non-vegetarians. So only you can say 0.01% maybe vegetarian. That's all non-veg. So only underground there were no people. So barring that, all the directions, all were non-veg people. So how to bring them into this? Then I told it is a challenge for us, but we will not talk about vegetarianism right away. We will only teach meditation, and then we'll see how they improve. Like that, we started. We started with only half an hour meditation. Then they themselves, some about few, two, three people used to come home. Then seeing them every day going to our house, people started asking in that whole street. They started asking, "Where are you going? What are you doing?" Then they were taken aback. Oh, so such things are happening. So then they started coming. One lady used to be quite popular there. She was coming to, elderly lady. She used to come to our house, and then seeing the difference in her, they were also really surprised, and they wanted to come. Many people joined. Like that, it became in the whole this thing. There were 50 people meditating at a time. Then I started for young girls also, who are friends of my younger daughter. So those people used to come. One girl I remember, she had a severe headache, and she spent 60,000 rupees. Very poor family. They could not get rid of her headache at all. So she meditated for 1 month, and she got completely relieved without spending one rupee also. So like that it happened. She used to come early in the morning, 6 a.m. She used to come. 6 a.m. one class, then 12 o'clock in the afternoon one class, then evening one class. Night, when Dr. Shankar Narayan and his family used to come to our house, and then they used to spend a lot of time with us. And I used to prepare dinner for them also. We all used to have dinner together. So like that it was going on very well. So for about 1.5 years, 2 years, we were taking, it became so huge that we invited Patriji, and we conducted many classes. From there, the whole thing started off very well. In Mysore also, I have had the training, because by the time I had 3 years, I had developed a good knowledge of speaking Kannada. So like that, we used to go from house to house, 41 days, and like that we took up, and we were spreading this meditation. So with all that experience, I could do very well in Tamil Nadu in Erode. In the whole, so many inner wheel club and Lions Club, Rotary Club, all those many clubs. They all used to invite us for our sessions, and we used to have beautiful sessions everywhere. It was going on like that. Very, very happily it was all going. So we are thrilled to see the experience of others, how they develop in their personality, their health wise, and also so much transformation happens. They used to come and tell me so many third eye visions. I remember one boy who used to do computer engineering, his joined, but suddenly he developed a sort of a uneasiness, and his eyes used to water. Lot of tears used to come without emotionally being upset. Simply like that, it used to come. Then he was unable to see the computer. How will he study? That was the problem for him. He came to us, he did 41 days intense meditation, and after that, he got rid of all that. And another girl near our house, she was 25 years of age. She was suffering from birth, she has never walked. She had this is rare, this is called cerebral palsy. So the growth will not be there. Small dangling hands and dangling legs, like a small, and there is no. She has never been able to walk at all. Impossible for her to walk because she cannot hold the weight of her body on her legs. They were very small. So some nervous system problems. But the face and the head used to be very normal, very beautiful girl, very fair and beautiful girl, baby by name, and she was on wheelchair. So I thought I used to see her through the this thing windows. Anybody can see. So when she used to pass that side on a wheelchair, I thought some fracture, something. After some time, she may get well and she may come here. That I was thinking. But her sister-in-law came to us and she asked whether we can do meditation in their house. Then I told, provided 41 days you don't cook non-veg, we'll come there. Then they agreed and we went there. And 41 days with all the other masters, we did beautiful classes. In that, she developed such a great confidence. She used to see wonderful things in her meditation. She has seen, she has not gone to a school, she has not studied, she doesn't know the world at all. So, all those things, it really. Helped her to come out of the fear. She was so long, she was afraid that even her parents may leave her and go away. So she told her parents that if you think I am a burden on you, please give me some medicine so that I will end my life. I don't want to live after that when you abandon me. I'm so afraid. So every time her mother has to take her to the restroom. All those were real difficult situations they were undergoing. So this girl started meditating. She used to get very wonderful experience. First 3 days she was afraid. After that she developed courage and Shankaracharya came in her meditation. Krishna has come into her meditation. She has seen all of them. Shankaracharya told her, if you want to walk only, you live. Otherwise, don't live. I'll throw you into the waters. And he showed the huge beach where the sea was there. I will throw you into the waters. You should walk and come. And one day he threw her into the waters and asked her to come walking to him. He was on the shore. And she walked with him. She told, I will definitely walk. She told like that. With that confidence, she had gone there. She was never in for any treatment or anything because she was fed up of the whole thing. Just existing, that's all. So now she developed such great confidence. One day she wanted to talk to Patriji. I was there as an interpreter. She told in Tamil that I want to live and I want to play Patriji. I want to live because now I have got interest in life. That she told. Then Patriji told, you will not only live, you will not only walk, you will dance, you can play, everything you will be able to do. Continue meditation, but never take to non-veg. And she was a strict vegetarian and she developed like that. Very great thing happened. When we built our pyramid in Coimbatore, she came for the inauguration. Of course, on a wheelchair, but she told about her experience. how she developed confidence. Later, she was given that plaster of Paris, all those bandages, and straightened her limbs, those bones and all were straightened. After that, for about a month or so, she was like that. And afterwards, she wanted to walk. And the doctor said, "You can walk." She told, "No, no, I want Girija auntie. I want to put my hand on her shoulder. Then only I will take my first step." It was a really very, very moving moment for me. She put her hand on my shoulder and she walked. First step she had taken in lifetime after 25 years. That was a real, real moving moment for me also. So that is all the story about meditation and how it has helped people really. Definitely, it has got immense powers that we do not understand or we do not know about it. But if we really take it up seriously, things are going to be very, very fantastic. Really, very. So this teaching was very, very great. So after 2 years of teaching in Erode, we really developed a very huge group there. And then the other spiritual organizations also were there. From there, some people have come and to appreciated us very much. That we get the result very easily, very quickly, and people are enjoying. So there, people also used to come and meditate. Like that, it was going on. It was a fantastic success story you can tell about teaching meditation. Patriji used to come off and on and give his message to all of us and conduct classes, public classes also. Many public classes in and around we did it. And in Karur, in other districts also, we conducted Trichy, Karur, all those places we have gone, and we have Satyamangalam, every place we used to, Ooty, Konnur, like that, in and around so many places we have gone. And we did really we could do such great work because we by the time we realized this is our life's purpose. So there's nothing great about it because it is after all my own life purpose is this. So I am doing it, that's all. And I'm only happy that I have got the right opportunity, the right time. And you will be surprised to know when I started to teach others, all the so many hurdles were there, they all went away from my path, really. Like suppose an old mother is there, mother-in-law is there, somebody to be taken care of. All those things, really, we can't just lock the house and go away somewhere for attending some meeting, somewhere like that. We can't do that, no. So all those things were not at all there. No, this thing, disturbance from others at all in the family that it happened. And really, it has been going on very well ever since. And even today, both of us have been traveling recently up to the lockdown. We were traveling far and wide and doing teaching so many people, arranging, organizing classes, and doing so much. And in the Karur, this thing I want to tell you one incident that took place. That when we were going from Erode to Karur, the car will come only to the station and pick us up. So from Erode, Patriji told, we will not go by our car, we will go by train. And it so happened that our house used to be very close to the railway station in Erode. We walked to the railway station, got into the train, and casually we went there. So, as we were going, Patriji sang one song in Telugu, very beautiful song on Dhyana. Then he told me that you should also, you should write the lyrics for this in Tamil. I told, I can't, I'm not very versed in Tamil that much. So I have not learned Tamil. I had been studying only in English medium school, and I don't know that much of Tamil. This is what to do. Then he told, no, no, it is possible for you. You try it. And he made me write the verse for that. Dhyanam செய்ய வேண்டும், தினமும் தியானம் செய்ய வேண்டும். The raga also matched so well. The tune also matched so well that I could do that. I don't know from where it came, but Patriji does all those magics, really magical things for us. So everything is fantastic, going great. So and after that, when we reached Trichy, Patriji, I taught him to pronounce those words in Tamil, no, because he is a Telugu speaking person and he cannot pronounce those words so very well in Tamil. So I wrote in English. I told him how to pronounce every word. Then he learned from me that I was so on the top of the world. For that great Jagat Guru, I could teach one small song. I was so very fortunate to do that. I used to think, I used to tell him also, so very fortunate I am. Then, yeah, and after learning, yeah, I had written in English, no, he went to the program where say 11 uh, organizations had gathered in Sangam Hotel, Trichy, and he gave a beautiful lecture as well as he sang this song in Tamil. When the district collector, the corporation commissioner, Mr. Karthik Pandian, he was a district collector in Erode, then he was transferred to Trichy as he was posted as the corporation commissioner. So when he entered the hall, he correctly Patriji sang this song, Dhyanam Seyavendum, Dinamam Dhyanam Seyavendum. Very, very great. Every day you have to meditate. That is the song, the gist of the song. Beautifully, these things came and really it is. So in every aspect, I had not learnt music. Music is there in our family, in our blood, it is there, but I had not learnt it in the proper manner. So all my elders, my sisters, my cousins, everyone used to, because there used to be a music teacher in our house, he regularly who comes for all the children, he used to teach. And when my turn came, I never used to sit there. I used to run away because he used to have a big stick with him. If ever we made any mistake, he used to just tap like that. That I was afraid of. I used to run away. Because of that, I didn't learn music in the proper manner. But somehow, after coming to meditation, taking to meditation, I think my throat chakra has developed so much that I can sing now, not in the proper this thing, but without any mistakes, I can sing like that. Some innate, somewhere it is there, the talent that has come out. So that I'm so happy, at least for myself, I can do that. Singing for myself, it is possible. Otherwise, my voice was not at all good. But now it is possible. Everything is possible if you do meditation. That is what I've found out, I've realized. Thanks a lot.